Imagine waking up every morning, going to work for 40 hours a week, earning a good salary, and doing everything society tells you to do. But somehow, you still feel broke. Your income increases, your experience grows, and you work harder every single year. But at the same time, your rent goes up, groceries become more expensive, healthcare costs rise, and your savings seem to disappear faster than ever. So the biggest question is, are people becoming worse with money, or has the entire financial system changed? Because something unusual is happening in America. Millions of hardworking people are earning more money than previous generations, but they don't feel financially successful. They are working, paying bills, and trying to build a better life, but somehow getting ahead feels harder than before. For decades, the American dream was built on a simple formula: get a stable job, work hard, buy a house, raise a family, save money, and slowly build wealth. For many people in the past, this formula actually worked. A normal job could provide a comfortable lifestyle. Many families could afford a home, support their children, and save for the future. But today, that same formula is becoming much harder. The problem is not that people stopped working hard. The problem is that the cost of living has changed dramatically. Let's imagine a normal middle-class worker named Mike. Mike wakes up every morning, goes to his job, and earns a decent salary. From the outside, everything looks fine. He has a stable career, a nice car, and a comfortable lifestyle. But when his paycheck arrives, the money disappears quickly. First, he pays his rent or mortgage, then comes the car payment, then insurance, then groceries, then healthcare expenses, then phone bills, subscriptions, and daily costs. By the end of the month, Mike looks at his bank account and realizes something shocking. After working an entire month, there is almost nothing left to save. And Mike is not alone. Millions of Americans are experiencing the same problem. They are not poor because they don't work hard. They are struggling because many essential expenses have grown faster than their income. One of the biggest examples is housing. For previous generations, owning a home was considered one of the biggest steps toward financial success. A person could get a stable job, save money, and eventually buy a house. A home was not just a place to live, it was an asset. It could increase in value over time and help families build wealth. But today, many people feel like buying a home is becoming impossible. Home prices have increased dramatically in many areas, while wages have not always increased at the same speed. This creates a difficult situation. Someone can have a good job, earn a respectable income, and still feel locked out of the housing market. And when people cannot buy assets like homes, they miss one of the biggest opportunities to build long-term wealth. But housing is only one part of the story. Another major reason many middle-class families feel pressure today is debt. Credit cards, student loans, car loans, and other payments have become a normal part of everyday life. Debt can make life easier in the short term because it allows people to buy things today. But over time, those payments can reduce the amount of money people have available to invest, save, and grow their wealth. And this creates a strange situation. Someone earning $80,000 or even $100,000 a year may look successful from the outside. They might have a nice car, expensive technology, and take vacations. But behind the scenes, they could still be struggling financially because looking wealthy and actually building wealth are two completely different things. And this is where the biggest difference between the middle class and wealthy people begins: the way they think about money. The biggest difference between people who struggle financially and people who build wealth is not always how much money they earn. It is how they use that money. Many people focus only on increasing their income, but wealthy people understand that income is just the beginning. What you do after earning money is what creates financial growth. A person can earn a high salary and still struggle if all of their money goes toward expenses. But someone with a smaller income can slowly build wealth by saving, investing, and owning assets. This is one of the biggest lessons that separates the middle class from wealthy people. The wealthy often focus on owning things that can grow in value over time. They buy assets like businesses, investments, and properties. These assets have the ability to create more money in the future, but many middle-class families spend most of their income on things that lose value. They buy expensive cars, upgrade their phones frequently, and increase their lifestyle every time they earn more money. This creates a cycle where they make more money but still feel financially stuck. And this is one of the reasons why a higher salary does not always create wealth. A person making $100,000 a year may look successful, but if they spend everything they earn, their financial situation may not improve. Meanwhile, someone earning less but consistently investing and building assets could become financially stronger over time. But there is another major reason why the middle class is under pressure today. The economy itself has changed. The world that previous generations lived in was very different. Many jobs that once provided long-term security have changed because of technology, automation, and globalization. Companies today operate differently. Skills that were valuable decades ago may not have the same value today. At the same time, new opportunities have appeared in areas like technology, online businesses, investing, and digital careers. The people who understand these changes and adapt to them have more opportunities to succeed. But people who continue following old financial rules may find themselves falling behind. For a long time, many people believed that the perfect path to success was simple: get a good job, work for decades, save money, and retire comfortably. But today, that strategy alone may not be enough. The financial world has changed, and the rules of building wealth have changed with it. Today, people need to understand how money works. They need to learn about investing, controlling expenses, creating multiple income sources, and making their money work for them. Because the goal is not just to earn more money. The goal is to keep more of it, grow it, and use it to create freedom. So does this mean the middle class is disappearing forever? Not necessarily. The middle class is not struggling because people are lazy or because they don't work hard enough. Millions of people are working harder than ever before. The challenge is that the financial environment has become more difficult, and the old methods of building wealth are not as powerful as they used to be. The people who understand the new financial rules will have a much better chance of creating a better future, because in today's world, earning money is only the first step. The real difference comes from knowing what to do with that money after you earn it. The future belongs to people who learn, adapt, and make smart financial decisions, because wealth is not created overnight. It is created through knowledge, discipline, and the choices people make every single day. And the biggest financial mistake someone can make is not having a low income. It is never learning how money truly works.